Hey YouTube, it's your girl Lisa coming at you with another video. So I wanted to show you how to change a regular pair of straight leg pants or wide leg pants, any pants that you have that aren't skinnies, into a pair of skinny legs. So if you stay tuned, I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so let's get started. Here's a list of materials that you will need to complete this project. All right, and here I am with the straight leg pair of pants that I'm going to alter. If you see them from the side right there, you can definitely tell that they are a wider leg than a skinny. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure where they start to get wide. So I made that measurement. If you can see that little Q-tip or carrot top, that is where my pants start to get wide. And I just made a pin mark there. And what I'm going to do with that is I am taking these khaki pants right here, which are already skinny leg pants, and I'm going to make a pattern from these pants. So what I'm doing is I'm measuring these pants up to my black pants, and that spot right there where the pin mark is, which I'm measuring up to, that is going to be the end of my pattern. So basically, I'm going to make a pattern from the bottom part of those pants so that I can change my black pants to fit the same way as these khaki skinny leg pants. Okay, so now I am measuring these khaki skinny leg pants at the very bottom just to see, how wide I need to make my pants at the bottom. And the first measurement that I'm going to take is a 6-inch width at the bottom. So you want to write these measurements down because you'll definitely need them later when you're making your pattern. All right, so I'm going to go up the pant leg a little bit, and I'm going to find where the measurement then changes from 6 inches to 6¼ or whatnot. So I just want to go up the pants leg and see where it changes. So it changes to 6.5 inches at 16 inches in height. So the width becomes 6.5 inches when you go up the pants leg 16 inches. So I wrote that down, and then I go up the pant leg again a little bit further, and then my width increases again. So it increases to 6.75 inches at 20 inches in height. So these are the measurements that I came up with. And now I'm going to take my poster board and I'm going to create the pattern using those measurements that I just took. So the very bottom line that I'm going to first make is going to be a 6-inch line. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go up 16 inches and I'm going to make a 6.5-inch line. And then I'm going to go up 20 inches and make a 6.75 line. Now, after I've completed all these little measurements or whatever, after that, I am going to connect the dots. So as you see here, I went and got my yardstick because it's just a lot easier to connect the dots with a yardstick. Okay, so I'm sorry that you can't really see the lines that I'm making here. My lighting was a little off, so you can't really see it that well, but later on I'm going to end up cutting directly on the line that I am making, so you can kind of get an idea of how the pattern looked on the poster board before it was cut out. Okay, so right now I am just lining up the bottom so that I can make sure everything is lined up precisely so that when I do do my tracing and sewing, nothing's off. So here's my pattern that I made and I cut out. All right, so I'm lining up the bottom of the pattern with the bottom of the pants leg, and I'm making sure that the pattern is centered in the middle of the pants leg. Now I'm adding a little bit of weight to it so that I can trace along it with this pair of scissors. And all I'm going to do is take a pencil and then trace around the pattern. When I trace around the pattern, I just want to make sure that I just trace the sides because I don't need to trace around the top or the bottom. That's not necessary. I just need to trace the sides so that I have a very clear line of where I need to be sewing so that I take in the right amount of fabric on the side. Okay, so now that your tracing is complete, you're going to pin your pants so that it is very smooth and so that when you do make your seams and you're taking in your pants, that the seam is very smooth and flat. I like to secure my pants with a lot of pins, just making sure that it stays flat the whole time I'm sewing. And so I'll show you that the front and the back are very flat. There's no gathered fabric. You should definitely double check this before you start sewing so that you won't have any issues. So here I am just securing the bottom, making sure everything is very, precise and lined up so I don't have any bumps or gathering when I sew my fabric together. Okay, so now when your pants have been very well secured, then it is going to be time to sew these sides down. So you're going to sew right along that mark that you made, right along that pattern, that tracing actually, sorry, the tracing that you made. You're going to sew right along that line, and that's going to give you the perfect fit because you already made that pattern from your other skinny leg. So it's going to give you that perfect fit. And then you're just going to sew it all the way to the end. Okay. And so actually what I ended up doing later on is I decided that I wanted a cuff. So I ended up making a cuff and I didn't really film how I made the cuff just because I just did it last minute actually. So what I'm showing you here is that I did cuff my pants and that I did decide to, tack down my cuff and iron it down and just make it look very sleek and very polished. So now I'm finished. My pants are all done. My pants are hemmed and cuffed. And now I'll just show you the finished product. Okay, so here are my new skinny leg pants. I really like how they came out. They came out a little baggy at the bottom, but that was my intention. That's why I put the cuff in to have that little baggy look. But if you wanted a more sleek look, you don't have to add a cuff. And this is just how they came out. So thank you all again for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Till next time, bye.